Is Single Strike Urshifu back? Is it a deck that is going to just be taking tournaments by storm?
No.
It's not. But it was still fun to play. Hey, Nick from 9Card TCG, and today we're going to be talking about a deck that, man, it's not very good, but it is a lot of fun. I had fun playing it, and it's so satisfying to get a win. Now, the reason I'm showing this is not necessarily because it's a great deck, but it's a lesson in preservation. It's a lesson to playing to your outs. You don't know if your opponent's going to misplay. You don't know if you're going to manage to take a win sometimes. And in a regionals or a best of 3 situation where you have 50 minutes, knowing when to scoop is super important. But when you're playing maybe in a limitless tournament or something like that, you're playing in the late night and it's a best of 1, you got 30 minutes, play to your outs. Don't just scoop or concede because it's looking difficult. And you're going to see that in this gameplay today, that if I had just scooped, I would have lost, right? But we managed to somehow get the win despite the board state and everything. And so, again, this is not necessarily applicable to a best of 3 regional. You should absolutely scoop in a best of 3 format because you don't have the time to play 3 full games. So if that's a whole different lesson in itself. But for now, for playing online, playing at locals, playing in limitless tournaments, knowing how to play to your outs and actually doing it is also another important skill. And so they are not mutually exclusive things, and we have to be able to do both, and that's kind of what I want to show today. Before we get into the actual gameplay, if you haven't already, do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment, and all those things tell YouTube this is a good channel, other people should watch it. You can say exactly that. You could say this is a good channel and other people should watch it. That is probably one of my favorite comments to get, just because it's really funny to me. But also, you can check me out live on Twitch. I have the schedule posted on Twitter and YouTube, and also, I guess, on Twitch. So, yeah, come hang out, and we do some cool stuff. At least I think it's fun and interesting. And let's go ahead and get over to PTCGO, where we can talk about this deck list. So we are going to be talking about one of the 2 decks. Now, part of this is a lesson in perseverance, which is if a deck doesn't work the first time, you make changes and you try again. And this is the second iteration of the deck. The first one used Arceus as a vehicle or a method of getting energies to our Urshifu. This one doesn't. This one uses just Single Strike Urshifu V and VMAX. The VMAX is really what we want to attack with a lot of the times, but not always. Gmax 1 blow for 4 fighting energy. Well, 3 fighting and a colorless. You're going to probably put 4 fighting energies on this thing. 270 damage, and ignore all effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So Goodra hits with Rolling Iron, and it takes 80 less damage during your turn. Well, not anymore. Gmax 1 below hits right through that. You have Deep Forest Camo Decidueye. Can't be hit by Pokemon V. Not anymore. You can maybe do a lot of damage to that thing. So Gmax 1 below is really our big attack for the game, and it's also how we're going to knock out VMAXs, because this stacks really well with things like Single Strike Energy. Each Single Strike Energy provides either a Dark or Fighting type energy, and also increases your damage by 20. So we can use something like Gmax 1 blow. If we have 2-3 Single Strike Energies on there, now we're hitting 310, 330 damage. We do also have Grant, which is going to let us do an additional 30 damage with our Fighting type Pokemon. That's pretty much all the damage modification we have. Now, interestingly, Houndoom is our energy accelerator. It's going to use the Single Strike Roar ability to search the deck for Single Strike energies, and we attach them to one of our Single Strike Pokemon. We take 20 damage in the process. So we have the Abomasnow with the Toughness Boost, President Abomasnow, with the Toughness Boost ability. All of our Single Strike Pokemon in play, except for Abomasnow, get an additional 50 health. So this 330 HP VMAX becomes 380, which is nice because it's going to offset some of the damage we're going to do with Single Strike Roar. Drapion is really just Mew coverage, and then we have Crobat to help draw some cards. Now, we can use Houndoom as an attacker, and in fact, in some matchups we want to. In the Mew matchup, we want to use Darkness Fang to knock out a Meloetta, to two-shot a Mew VMAX, right? Because we're going to have some single strike energies on to fill the dark requirement. So we're going to be two-shotting that Mew, and then we come in with Drapion to take the final KO on a Mew VMAX. We can also, if we needed to, we can use single strike Urshifu, boss up it's like a Genesect. We're going to hit for 180, which is 10 shy, but again, those single strike energies are going to allow us to really put some extra damage on. So, single strike Urshifu V is not a bad option from time to time. Once we use Gmax 1 Blow, we have to discard all of the energies, which is kind of problematic, but we do have, Urn of Vitality to shuffle 2 single strike energies from the discard back into the deck, so we can accelerate them again with Houndoom as we continue going through. Tower of Darkness is a really nice supporter. It's actually a really, not a supporter, a stadium. It's a really good supporter. Discard a single strike card from your hand, draw 2 cards. So, as you can see, most of our deck is single strike, whether that's our Pokemon, some urns, we have additional towers, our scroll, and our energies are all single strike cards that we can discard and then attack and then draw 2. So, really nice synergy there. We don't want to discard our urns. We'd rather use them, but whatever. You probably don't need to use more than 2 in a game. Couple bosses orders, some Marnies, Research, Raihan, all very standard. But something interesting in this deck is Piers, which lets us search for a dark Pokemon and an energy. Which means if we start the game with either like a Capture Energy or an Urshifu and a Houndour, we can attach either a Capture Energy to Urshifu, get a Houndour, and then the next turn play Piers to get an energy and a dark Pokemon, namely Houndoom. I guess we can also get one of these two, but whatever. It's usually going to be Houndoom, and then we attach the energy. Now we have 2. Use Houndoom single strike roar. That's 3, and that's enough to attack with Impact Blow. So, it's a nice little way that we can kind of help get that Pokemon out faster. And speaking of getting Pokemon out, Evolution Incense, Heavy Ball, Quick Ball, Ultra Ball are our Pokemon search. Ordinary Rod to recover some things like a Drapion, a Crobat. Maybe we discard our VMAXs, we want to get it back, something like that. Air Balloon for a little bit of mobility. I mean, really, we don't need to use the Air Balloon. Switch is also good, especially because the VMAX here does have a retreat cost of 3, which is a little annoying, but there is some cool stuff you can do with like attaching a single strike energy to the Urshifu V with an Air Balloon, then retreat, use Urn of Vitality, put it back in the deck, and accelerate it to a different Pokemon with Houndoom. So that is like a nice little kind of combo that you can make. That's really it for the deck. Some fighting energies, a couple of capture energies. Single strike Scroll of Scorn is wonderful as a follow-up to Gmax 1 Blow. It takes just a single fighting energy, and again, Houndoom can accelerate that energy. And Furious Anger does 10 damage plus 10 damage for each damage counter that your Pokemon has on it. So if you are going against, say, like a Palkia or an Arceus or whatever, and they hit you for 200 damage, 280 damage, something like that, something huge, crazy, well, then you attach the Scroll of Scorn, accelerate an energy. By the way, when you accelerate energies, you take more damage, so don't knock yourself out, but also that allows you to do a little bit more damage with Scroll of Scorn. So you do the damage you have plus 10 plus any single strike energy. So sometimes accelerating an energy and damaging yourself is going to allow you to do even more damage with that single strike Scroll. And again, Abomasnow is going to allow us to go even past our 330 so that it's maybe a little less likely that we're going to get one shot or like knock ourselves out by accelerating energies, or like I said, just kind of get one shot by something. So that Abomasnow does really help. We only need 1. We have the Heavy Ball, but yeah, that's kind of the deck. Let's go ahead and get into the gameplay. Don't really care if my opponent paths, especially after Crobat. They have a big incentive to go after the single prizes? Yeah, probably, but it gives me more time to just Gmax 1 blow them in the face. Oh, hello, Jerry. Hey, come here. This is Jerry. He wants to say hi. Yeah. I know. Put a Pokemon down. I get it. So here's where the danger comes in with a deck like this, is I can laser focus no problem, but like, probably gonna get KO'd. That's the big issue with this deck, is that I can't really do anything to improve my board state without real fear of getting KO'd. Because they come in max Lance for KO. It's like, there's nothing I can do. So I can discard something, get a Houndour, bench deal to Urshifu. Hopefully this Heavy Ball finds us. Okay, Heavy Ball finds us a Houndour. That's pretty solid. I would like we have Path in play, so I can't even Crobat. I think that's it. That's all I can do for now. See, this is what I'm saying. Like situations like this, all they have to do now is max Lance KO. It's like, yeah, I could have been halfway to a Gmax 1 blow, knock out this Calyrex, but just doesn't happen. Oh, of course they have the boss's orders without even having to Drizzile for it. Of course they do. And now next Sunday, Drizzile for the Melanie. Training, you know, God. Yeah, I have to go into the VMAX. And Marnie. Alright, this is okay. We can bump. We can dump here. We got the Abomasnows. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna do it. There's a pretty good chance that we find something single strike off of the Crobat here. Ultra Ball. Didn't find any other energy. Let's see. Okay, this is actually kind of okay. We'll just pass it off there. I don't want to accelerate any energies. I don't want to damage my Urshifu there. So we are just going to see what they can muster. I mean, the answer is, well, they can't boss, right? I could have poked for 10 damage, yeah, I guess, or 30. Yeah, that would have been smart. 30 damage. Can I help you? What? This dog is really being a menace right now. It's being super annoying. So they Melanie some. Oh my god. Oh my god. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Now they max Lance. Choice Belt, yeah. Yep. Okay, well this is no longer fun. And now they just boss. Oh. Alright, we get the Houndoom. Get rid of the Ultra Ball. Get another Urshifu. Let's go ahead. Single strike Roar. I gotta look for a tower. I have to Marnie look for a tower. And I don't want to put the energies back into the deck. We find a tower. Okay. Okay. But we don't have anything to get this Houndoom out of the active. Oh my goodness. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, it doesn't matter because they're just going to Melanie Max Lance anyway, but at least we did something, right? We did something. So there's nothing I could do. Oh, okay. We are looking live, folks. We got both of our Urshifu VMAXs in the discard, though. That's really tough. I have a Rod. I have Rod in the deck. But like, man, researching going down to 3 cards? That feels... Maybe we, Nope. Piers, isn't it? Let's quick ball away the Drapion. They don't have enough single or rapid strike. The Rod's in there. Search your deck for a dark energy, a dark Pokemon, and an energy. Yeah, well, I don't have that. Don't have boss now, do I? I think both bosses are in the discard. If I research, I lose my Ultra Ball. I'll draw 7, go down to 1. One of them is a Marnie. I'll be able to put some energies back into the deck so I don't lose. We're going for it. We're going for it. We're going to do both. We'll get you 2 and some basic fighting energy so I don't immediately deck out. Well, Evo Incense. Get the VMAX. We can Vitality. Get those energies back in. And now we just beat down. And we have 340 health. We have 340 health. Thanks to this Abomasnow. Did we pull it off? Did we do this? Yeah, they need no boss and no energy. And yeah, they can't boss and have the VMAX. If they have both of those, they lose. Or I lose. Because I can get Grant back, right? I can get Grant to do 290, 310, 340 to knock it out in one hit with Gmax 1 blow. So they need an energy and a boss. And then they win. Because they can't Melanie. I guess they could escape rope, right? Melanie escape rope is a thing. So we'll have to, oh boy, this is so scary. This is so not good. But I think this functioned better than the Arceus version. Just the first game out the gate against the deck that we are, oh man, really, honestly, it's problematic to play against. This is a very tough matchup for Single Strike here because of like the tempo and stuff, and they just hit so hard. Okay, you want to go down? God, Jerry is squirming in my arms. I don't know if you guys can see him because the camera shrunk on the gameplay side of things, but he was squirming so much in my arms. It was like kind of hard to keep him. We don't unfortunately have a boss left that I can just bring up the Crobat beatdown for game. But if they leave this Ice Rider, if they oh god, this is so scary. What do they find off this Inteleon? It's definitely got to be a VMAX. But they just need an energy, boss, and a VMAX. There's the Scoop Up Net Boss's Orders. Oh god, no, they definitely have it. They definitely have it. Oh god. And now they have the Scoop Up Net to reuse to find, water energy. They can get a training court. Oh no, yes! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my oh my god. So it's here that we had the change in deck. The deck profile that I showed at the beginning was not the same as the first. So there you have it. Single Strike Urshifu. Is it very good? Not really. I don't super recommend it, but it is fun. You can definitely get some wins with it. It's my favorite Pokemon, so if I get to use it, then why not? It's never a bad thing to enjoy the game sometimes. You don't always have to play to win. You don't always have to be super competitive. You can just play the game to enjoy it, and that's what I was doing with this deck. So, yeah, that's going to do it for us today. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, found it informative. If you did, like, subscribe, comment, check me out on Twitch, Twitter, all that fun stuff, and I will see you next time.